Good morning, folks. It is 11 minutes past 7 o'clock right now. It is Tuesday, which means it's time to visit with Ron, the car guy from Westside Auto Pros, to teach you a little something about your car.
And you brought a lot of toys in with you, Ron. Some very expensive toys. So
I did. I brought some props with me today.
What's going on?
So what do you have?
Well, I've got a couple of, I guess they would be called diagnostic tools, because that was one of the things I wanted to talk about today. Is you've heard the term, there's no such thing as a free lunch.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And when it comes to diagnosing why the check engine light or the ABS light or whatever is on your car, it still kind of applies. And there's a misconception out there. There's some places, shops, auto parts stores and stuff that will give you what they call a free scan or a free diagnosis.
There's signs in front of their places.
Oh, absolutely.
Free diagnosis.
Exactly.
Free test.
Exactly. Yeah. And we sometimes feel the brunt of that because you go in and basically when there's a problem in your car, the computer identifies that and it'll turn the check engine light or whatever the warning light is, the ABS light or whichever light it is that comes on. And the perception's been made that it's as simple as plugging a machine in and the machine tells you what's wrong with the car and what part you need.
Right.
And that couldn't be further from the truth. What it does is the machine will tell you what area the problem's in. So it may say, mass airflow sensor signal is low. Well, that doesn't mean you have a bad mass airflow sensor.
What does that mean then?
Well, it means there's a problem with the signal that the computer is seeing from the mass airflow sensor. So, it could be something as simple as that sensor needs to be just cleaned or recalibrated. There's always a wire that connects that sensor to the computer. There could be a loose connection. There could be a break in the wire.
So there's a disconnect somewhere in that loop.
Exactly,
okay.
In the loop. And so we see people that oftentimes buy a part to fix a car and they put it on, it doesn't fix it because the free diagnosis was that it was free, and free has a value of 0.
And a lot of those electronic parts, once you purchase them and install them, you can't return them.
Oh, you own it.
You own it.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And depending where it came from, sometimes it's not as good a quality as the one you took off the car. And the other thing that we see oftentimes, it's becoming more and more common, problems on cars are fixed with software upgrade.
Well, and more we're driving computers
you are
on
driving
wheels.
A computer. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Back from what my grandfather and my dad used to drive, we're driving physical computers.
Absolutely. Multiple computers. I mean, there's 18, 20, up to 40 computers on a car now that talk to each other.
Wow.
And when they engineer that car, sometimes they don't quite get the software right. So when the car's got 30, 50, 60, 90,000 miles on it, things have changed a little bit. And you can put all the sensors and parts you want on it. It's actually a software upgrade, and so you have to be able to
identify things.
Identify it, access the software, and upgrade it. I mean, reload a new program into the computer.
So what did you bring in with today?
I brought a comparison, and this is a comparison of like steak and hamburger. This is oftentimes the tool that the places that do a free diagnosis will use. And it's called a code reader, a code scanner, and it plugs in under the dash, the same place anything else does. And that's where they would retrieve the code for the mass airflow sensor, oxygen sensor, whatever the problem is.
This is something you can buy at a parts store.
Yeah, they're 50, 60 bucks. Anyone can buy it. You can plug it in. It'll come with some information, on how to use it. And you can plug it in. It would say, hey, I see a problem with the mass airflow sensor. But that doesn't mean you need a mass airflow sensor.
Right.
And that's the end of its capabilities. It can't read the signal and stuff like that. Where this is these, like I said, these are 50 or 60 bucks. These are the type of tools that we use. And in comparison, this is an $18,000 tool.
That is?
Yeah.
Holy buckets.
Do you use it in German?
It's
in British?
Hey, I can make the screen look funny. We usually use it in English.
Oh, good.
But anyway, this will go in and give us the same code, but then it will also allow us to read the signal, do some tests. This talks one way. This reads what the computer's saying. I can talk to the computer with this. I can say, well, hey, go try this, go try that.
Oh, really?
Some other great features on this. This tool, we primarily use it on European cars. Mercedes and BMW. I mean, it does other vehicles. It's also got an assist button. That's why it's called Assist Plus. If we get into a jam or something, we can push a button, and there's technical assistance on the other side that will log in.
They'll link into you?
Exactly.
Wow.
So you're paying a little bit more than just for the box. I mean, you've got the support on the back end. We can get recall information, service bulletins, stuff like that. But it's a widespread, between the two. But this is what a professional shop would use to service or repair your car, which is why there's a cost associated with it to, I guess, what I call do it right, as opposed to pull a code and guess what it might need. And sometimes you can pull a code and guess. You can pull a code that might say, oxygen sensor circuit. You can put one in. It could be right, but we would rather test and not guess.
Now, what does it cost to test a vehicle like this, just in general?
You're going to spend, like if you have a warning light or an issue, it doesn't run right, probably somewhere around $125 to $150 to get to the root cause of the problem.
And then if you have it repaired, that's you're right there.
Exactly. And sometimes the repair can be included in that or just a little bit more. I mean, let's say we go in and we find that there's a wire that's broken. Well, then it's just a matter of fixing the wire while we're there. I mean, we're right there, so.
Right.
And plus you have the technicians to back what's going on as well. So not only they know how to run the equipment, but also fix the problem once they've realized exactly what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you've got guys that my guys go to over 40 hours of training a year.
So you're going to get it fixed and fixed correctly.
Exactly,
That's
and
the
not
most
buy a
important
part
thing.
that you don't need.
Exactly. Now, one other thing we want to make sure we touch on is Cinco de Mayo is coming up, right?
It is. Cinco de Mayo is coming up. We're not going to talk about margaritas, but we are going to talk about the Tow to Go program. And,
explain what this is.
What this is, we've partnered with AAA and Budweiser, and so from Friday through 6 a.m. Sunday for Cinco de Mayo, if you need a ride, if you feel you can't drive your car, you can call this number, 855-286-9246, and we will come pick up you and your car with one of our tow trucks and take you home within a 10-mile radius for free.
How about that?
How about that?
So if you're going out, you want to stay within 10 miles of your home, obviously.
Exactly, and it's totally free. You don't have to be a Westside Auto Pros customer.
You have to be a AAA member?
Nope.
You don't have to be a AAA member. Okay.
Anyone can call that number that feels that they need a ride home or their car needs a ride home, and we'll come get it. It's absolutely free.
And so get that phone or that number in your phone now, folks, and we'll make sure to have all that information up on our social media site. Thank you, Ron, for everything you do for our community and keeping people safe. But if people want more details on what you talked about today, that there is no such thing as a free diagnosis, how can they get a hold of you guys?
They can go to westsideautopros.com. They can call me at 225-9090. I'm easily available and always there to help.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Great stuff. Thank you so much. It is